What up, what up, what up? This is My Radio Houston, and you are in the zone with your boy Tone. And right now, I have in front of me the man with the master plan, the coordinator of the evening. We have K.A.Y.O, the Konspiracy. How you doing, brother?
Man, I'm blessed, King. I truly can't complain, man. I appreciate all of y'all for coming out and supporting the higher
No
experience.
doubt, no doubt, no doubt.
For
Praise ye
real.
the Lord. Let me start with this with your name,
Yes,
K.A.Y.O, the
sir.
Konspiracy. I see K-A-Y-O as an acronym. What does that mean, bro?
So K.A.Y.O stand for Kill All Your Opponents. So
Hmm.
early on in my music career, I used to battle
Okay.
when we was kids or whatever. That's how I got my name from my childhood best friend who passed away.
Oh man,
He
sorry to hear
gave me
that,
the
bro.
name. Yeah, all praises, all praises. Rest in peace, my nigga Jason.
Rest in peace, Jason.
uh, but he the one that gave me my name from when we used to rap at the lunch table. He was like, bro, you always killing people. So
Yeah.
from there, he gave me the name K.O, and ever since then, I've been in love with acronyms. So I went from my name being an acronym to our company and label being an acronym. Everything,
No doubt,
everything
no
has a
doubt,
deeper meaning. So yeah,
no
that's where
doubt.
the K.O come from.
Now you are co-founder of Higher ENT, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, which is another acronym that stands for Hip
Hip
Hop
hop is
is
real
Entertainment.
entertainment.
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Yes, sir.
sir.
So, what was the driving force behind that name?
So hip hop is real entertainment. Ever since I was young, I always been in love with hip hop. I grew up without my father, so hip hop always been a part of me because that's what pretty much raised me. It took place in my father.
Yes, sir.
It took place in my mother as well. So
Yeah,
like I used to look up to Tupac. I used to look up to Pharaoh Monch. I still look up to all these MCs because
absolutely.
they helped raise me. You know what I'm saying? So I always wanted to make something with me being tied to hip hop, the true essence of hip hop, like
Yes, sir.
the learning, education, the knowledge, breakdancing, graffiti, lyricism, the DJ. So we try and bring all those elements to what hip hop is real entertainment is. So
Absolutely.
that's what's the whole driving force behind it.
And I think that's dope because I think like over the years, over time, we've gotten away from those elements.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's become way too commercialized. And no, don't get me wrong, I got nothing against
The
the
system.
commercial artists.
Right.
I got nothing against the machine. You know what I'm saying? It's here to do what it's here to do. You get what I'm saying? But there's no balance.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Higher is here to restore that balance.
We're here to restore that balance. So like every few years, there's always a reset in the music industry to
Absolutely.
where the lyricists, the pure artists come back to the forefront, and then it dies down, and then you get your club raps and everything else of that nature. It's
Yes.
always a flux.
Hmm.
Um, but what I always wanted to do was always just keep that whole essence there because it's little kids who's growing up and don't understand the true essence of hip hop. They think it's just rapping. They think it's just having a flashy car or having all the
Exactly.
jewels or having all the women when it's
Exactly.
more than that. It was actually an outlet for us to be able to speak about the injustices that we're facing.
It's a tool.
It was a tool, you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Depending on who's in control of that tool, it
Exactly.
can become a weapon.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
I feel like hip hop today has weaponized towards our youth, the adults, everybody. Everybody just in a horrible mind state. Like we don't want to have marriage now. We want to be
Right.
baby mamas. We want to have sneaky links and all these different things. And that's not what we want to try and represent with Higher. We want to represent family. We want to represent what hip hop was supposed to be when it first came about.
Awesome. Awesome. Awesome, brother. Now, with a name like Hip Hop is Real Entertainment, with a name like Hip Hop is Real, who or what was possibly driving the narrative that hip hop is fake and made you say, "Nah, let me make the statement and create a movement, letting them know that hip hop is indeed real."
Damn, that's the first time I ever been asked that question. um, so a lot of people think what's commercialized is what's hip hop. Like you got to make a pop record
Right.
to be based as a hip hop artist or to be based as somebody who has some kind of status when that's never been the norm of hip hop. Like if you ever paid attention to the Juice Crew, or if you ever paid
Yes.
attention to Run DMC, or if you ever paid attention to like your Ice T's or anybody from that whole era, from the golden era when hip hop, the inception of hip hop, it
Hmm.
was always based on who was in the streets or who was delivering a message, like your KRS-Ones, your Rakims.
Yes.
All of those individuals was delivering a message. And now that they push those kind of artists out of the forefront and they put us these gangsters or these druggies to influence these things, that's when I personally feel like it became fake. Because now some of these people don't live the lives that they're rapping about, but they're influencing a whole
1%.
generation to follow behind these words, and the words don't have any meaning behind them no more. So what we want to do is we want to bring back the meaning of your words and being true to who you are. You don't have to sit here and act like you're a gangster when you're not a
Exactly.
gangster.
Exactly.
There's always somebody who can relate. You can always be the voice for the voiceless. You know
Exactly.
what I'm saying? Like my whole motive was I grew up without my mom. I'm considered a crack baby. So my voice is to be the voice for those who went through those similar experiences and let them know, hey, yo, it's okay. You got somebody here for you. You know what I'm saying? The same as how Tupac did when he came out with Tupacalypse Now. He was the voice for his people.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to bring that whole essence back to not just me, but all the artists we have on board with our crew.
That was a dope answer, bro. That was a dope
Appreciate
answer. You went 360 with that one all the way around. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it.
So
No, thank you. Thank
I
you.
did spend some time going through your catalog, and from what I can hear,
Oh, snap.
yeah, for real. From what I can hear, you don't seem to pigeonhole yourself into having a definitive sound or style. So, what or who are kind of some of the influences that allows that kind of fluidity?
Right. So, like, I'm heavily influenced by Redman, Nas, like I said, Pac, Royce the 5'9", Joe Budden.
Talking about some spitters. Let's go.
Yeah, those are like my favorite MC. Scarface.
Let's
The
go.
list goes on and on.
No
Though a
doubt.
lot of them influence me because of I like how they put the words together,
Yes,
and I'm very big on words because every word has a meaning.
it
You know what I'm
does.
saying? Everything like in the Bible it speaks about what a man thinketh he becomes. So whatever you think you are, that's what you're going to become.
Exactly.
And a lot of them artists, they believe in themselves, which helped me believe in myself. I was like, if they can do it, I can do it. They can put these words together this way, I can do it as well. To where I wanted to start using double, triple entendres, or I want to use internal rhyme schemes, or alliteration, allegories, and all of those things into my music because that's what I was brought up on or raised by.
Yes, sir.
So that was a lot of the individuals that had an influence me.
Absolutely, absolutely, brother. So you're an artist and executive.
Right.
How hard is it to balance the two to give yourself and your artist equal attention and promotion?
Right. So I know when to step into the background and I know when it's my time, it's my time. So like what we like to do is we like to take turns. So with the higher experience, it highlights everybody.
Yes.
So tonight was the highlight Saj. She's new, she's fresh here in Houston. She don't really know too many people.
Shout out Saj.
So we want to make sure that we're making her feel like it's a family, which it is. I'm very family oriented. So we make sure that it's a family ordeal. So with me knowing that it's not always my time. You know what I'm saying? It's her time.
Yes.
So by me being able to know how the industry works as far as how to put on concerts, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, I'm gonna use my strengths to do this for my team because you can't make it without a team. Jesus had 12 disciples.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just him. So with that thought process, it can't just be you. You know what I'm saying? You can't just be so driven or focused on yourself. Like even in the scriptures, it talk about later in them times, people become lover of themselves. I'm a lover of everybody. Just because I have a spirituality within myself and I believe in a higher being, I believe in a higher purpose,
As
I
we
believe
all
in
should.
doing our people right. You know what I'm saying? Because
Yeah.
our people been wrong, done wrong by everybody.
By everybody.
So you gotta understand that the light isn't always yours. You have to be the light
Exactly.
to give everybody else light so they can shine up and brighten up the world as well.
Yeah, and I think that's super dope because we see so many executives that, well, so many artists that try to become executives, and we see a lot of failed projects that could have potentially have been great. You know what I mean? Like your who can I say? Like your Murphy Lee used to say. You know what I'm saying?
Murphy Lee was dope.
Murphy Lee was dope.
I actually met K.A.Y.O from St. Lunatics a couple years ago. We were supposed to do a record together. I think I still got his number.
You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, Murphy Lee did get his shot, and Murphy Lee was dope. But I think just so much that Nelly was such a superstar that he had to spend so much of his time, focusing on his brand instead of what I'm saying. And he's not the only case. And shout out Nelly, shout out to St. Lunatics. I'm not trying to say no shade, but I'm just giving an example of what can go wrong when the executive artist doesn't give equal time and promotion to his own artist.
Right.
So the fact that you're doing that with the higher experience is super dope to see because we don't see a lot of that these days.
I appreciate it. Yeah, so like with like the reason why a lot of those executives and those artists that's underneath them is because a lot of those artists like in the mainstream, they was never taught how to become executives.
Right.
They never took the time out. They just sprung into the superstardom, and when you up there, hey, I'm bringing my boys with me. So that's where the whole mindset is. Hey, I'm bringing my partners with me, but you don't necessarily know how to do it, or you don't try to teach them as well. So like it comes with you teaching. Then that's way everybody helps balance everybody else out to where it shouldn't be like a dictatorship.
Right.
So a lot of them artists, they get big headed. Like for instance, like I love 50 Cent.
Yeah.
And I love what 50 Cent did for G Unit early on when he gave all of them the spotlight. But at the end of the road, 50 Cent became very high minded of himself, and he put himself in a position as if he was God of these men.
Yeah.
To where I'm not releasing your album, or I'm not doing this or that for you. To where jealousy can come in, or just being too high minded of yourself. You can't be that way, especially when you're dealing with other people. You got to have some kind of morale code for yourself, and everything's a learning experience. Like I'm gonna be honest, I don't know everything. I don't have it all there.
For sure.
But my team and we're patient with each other. Like for instance, how Rosie brought y'all onto the station.
Yes.
I mean, onto the show.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like that was her thing. She did that. You know what I'm saying? I just happened to reach out, and we all made it happen. But that was ultimately what she did. You know what I'm saying?
We appreciate y'all for that.
Exactly. So like little things like that, making sure you know who's on your team, how to use the people on your team to benefit the whole team, versus just the benefit itself. Because what Rosie could have done, she could have been like, screw hire, I'm gonna just do this for me. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Which we've seen happen in the past with our crew, because we had just immoral people amongst us. But
it happens.
It happens. It's a learning experience. But with that, you got to weed out who's going to be for you, who's going to be for the team, and who's going to be for the overall development. And then that way, it's always a balance, and always somebody there helping with a helping hand. Like if you ever see Timberland and Missy Elliott, you never hear anything negative or bad between those two.
No, you've never heard nothing like that.
Never. Right.
Right.
And they always elevated each other.
Yes, sir.
I'm
sure they did have spats, but they kept
it you kept it on the raps. You never heard anything leaking. Like you hear Jay-Z and Dame Dash, you hear the leaks of that, right? Now.
But then no.
Well, even then, like during the whole time when Dame was trying to get Cameron to come on to the Rock.
That little thing. I get you. Let me move on to another question that's kind of like, this is a segue. Well, this last question was a segue into this question. So we see what's going on in the industry now. There's a dark cloud over the industry, right? I don't have to say no names. We all watch the news and know what's going on. How important do you feel integrity is as an artist and executive?
You have to have integrity, because if you don't have integrity, a lot of things, you can become a person who takes advantage of people, take advantage of situations, and ultimately ruin long-term friendships, partnerships, ruin yourself in the whole process.
That's the big one.
Yeah, so you have to have integrity. Like I like to try and keep it transparent. Most cases, sometimes I forget stuff, but my team is there to be like, hey, yo, K.A.Y.O, remember this, or we gotta do this. You know what I'm saying? That's the whole process of us all having that integrity. Like
no doubt,
being able to be your brothers and sisters keeper. You know what I'm saying? That's how we're supposed to be, especially as a people. You know what I'm saying? When one fall, you're supposed to lift them up. You're not supposed to shun them. You're not supposed to talk down on them, or you know what I'm saying? You're going to have your family spats.
No doubt.
But you don't leak that out to the world.
Exactly. The iron supposed to sharpen the iron, right? Right. So, K.A.Y.O, where can the people find you if they want to get in tune with you and follow along with your journey?
So, if you want to get in tune with me, just follow the website at www.hirekay.com, or follow the whole overall label website at www.hiphopIsrealentertainment.com. You can find our social medias all throughout our website.
That's what's up. Y'all heard it here first. This is My Radio Houston. This is your boy Tone. This is
K.A.Y.O, the Conspiracy.
Steez. Thank you, brother, man. God bless, man.
Appreciate it,
Grace and peace.
God bless.
Love.